Hello everyone, this is Otaku Showboat, and today I need to give you a bit of a public service announcement, really. This hasn't been particularly discussed in the Factorio community. There's one thread about it, but it doesn't really go into too much depth about how to handle this situation. And that is the track in Factorio, the music track called Swell Pad, is getting content ID matched wrongly on YouTube because YouTube is thinking, the YouTube content ID system is thinking that the track Swell Pad in Factorio is the same track as a piece of music called Past Symmetry by Dance All Day. And what's happening is that if there's a significant amount of the Swell Pad track that plays by itself on a video, regardless of how long your video is, your video will be content ID claimed, and these claimants are going to take all 100% of any advertising revenue from the video, even if you only have 21 seconds of audio playing of a track that is not their track on a stream that is over 3 hours long, as has been the case for me in my day 18 of the Space Angels playthrough of Factorio. There is 21 seconds of matched audio, which is actually the track's Swell Pad playing during a time where I am building or thinking about when I'm building in Factorio. And they claimed it as this Past Symmetry, which are not the same track in the slightest. So, because it's not the exact same track, I could counter notice it, saying, hey, this is actually Swell Pad in Factorio. You have a license to stream Factorio. It's the terms of service. It's just factorio.com/terms of service under the video policy section on there that says, if you are a valid user of the game, you may use our content, which the music is included in their content. Factorio developers made the music in Factorio, / the composer made the music for the game, and it's all included in the rights. For the purpose of creating videos such as tutorials, walkthroughs, reviews, etc., uploading them on video sharing platforms such as YouTube, and monetize those. So if you are a user, you may produce the content and monetize it. That's what the Factorio Terms of Service license provides for you. So you can counterclaim it, you can put that link down, but there is no guarantee that the holders of the rights to this particular track of Past Symmetry will honor you saying that the music that has been identified by YouTube's content ID algorithms is their music. So there's no guarantee that they will believe you if you say that it's not their music when the content ID system says that it is, even though it's wrong. So, for me, in my experience just now with this on YouTube, they're also, by the way, doing this on Twitch. I have had a Twitch VOD. I think it's the same people. I could be wrong, but several months ago, in fact, on a Twitch VOD, I had a section of my VOD muted because of Swell Pad being picked up as something that it's not. I didn't care with Twitch because my VODs expire after a certain amount of time. All of my videos / VODs get uploaded onto YouTube anyway without the beginning section of few minutes of music where it's like starting soon and all of that from the Twitch streams being imported onto YouTube. That now that I'm streaming on YouTube, that is there in order to preserve the live chat. I can't actually trim out the starting soon and the break time on my VODs on YouTube if I want to preserve the live chat. Because, yeah, YouTube does not handle that very well. So, I didn't care then. I do care now, because they ended up picking up sound that was actually during gameplay, and I can't be having that happen going forward. Even though it is a valid claim, YouTube offers the ability to mute the audio for that section. Since I was not talking in that section, I have decided to mute the audio rather than do the counterclaim / notice that I have permission that it's not their music. I think that because this has been going on for several months now, and they haven't taken the hint that this is not IDing the correct audio, they're just going through and just like clicking claim on all of the matches. I'm pretty sure it's just someone that's going in. There's a back-end system. It just lists everything that's been matched through Content ID, and they're just clicking claim all the way down the line. They may even have an automated thing that's doing that for them. Just click claim on everything. And yeah, that's problematic when the system's not actually claiming their music and it's claiming something that they have no rights to whatsoever. Yes, it's awful. It's an awful situation, but there's literally nothing you can really do about it. Let's just be honest. There is nothing, no recourse at all, even if you do a counterclaim, because they can just as well say, no, you're wrong. This is our music. I want your money. They might not be doing that. I'm not going to tempt fate by doing that, giving them that claim and then having them say no and have to mute the thing anyway. I'm just going to mute the thing to begin with. That does mean that a 3-hour video has to be completely re-rendered by YouTube to mute that specific section, and I don't know if the live chat is going to be preserved on that particular video. Now, there is a way of avoiding this completely. Because I now know that the specific track that they have identified is the track Swell Pad in Factorio, you are able to completely remove Swell Pad from the base game if you want to make content and not have to worry about videos getting Content ID matched going forward. It is not as simple as going into the Factorio directory and removing the audio file. If you do that alone, the game will not load because it wants to load a file with that name. It will refuse to load, and it will crash, and it's like, hey, this file is missing. So what you need to do, on top of that, or in lieu of that, you don't actually have to remove the music file of Swell Pad for the game to not load it. Instead, you have to go to the file that says load this sound file. And that would be in your install folder, in the data directory, in the base directory, in the prototypes directory. The specific file is ambient-sounds.lua. In there, you're going to search for the ambient sound swell-pad name. That should be line 184 as of this time of recording, and you're going to select from the curly brace at line 184, select all the way down to line 192 for that closing brace with its comma afterwards, and just delete that whole section, saying to load that track. Just delete it, save that file, and then you're done. The game will no longer load Swell Pad. Now, you will have to do this every single time Factorio itself is updated, which, granted, is not common right now, but when 1.1 starts going through experimental phases, as well as when it releases, yes, you will need to do this update every time Factorio is updated to make sure that Swell Pad is not being loaded. That is, of course, until the Factorio developers themselves crack down on this company claiming their music as their own. Because that is what's happening. This company is claiming Factorio music as their own, thinking that it is their own when it's not. It is a mistake. Granted, I think that Woob, the developers of Factorio, can and should send these people a cease and desist notice saying, hey, you are identifying music that is ours, that we are licensing to people, and you are causing headaches for these people. Please stop. Please stop claiming content that is technically our copyright, not yours. That would be ideal to get them to stop doing that. But until such a thing happens, I'm going to go forward with not having the Swell Pad music track in my Factorio installation at all. Period. Just get rid of that problem so I don't have to worry about having to do these counter notices every single time it may or may not get picked up by Content ID going forward. So, this is why one of the reasons why a lot of people on YouTube have alternative means of supporting the channels outside of advertisements, because YouTube does this sort of stuff that limits or removes monetization through ads on their videos. Now, if you are a member of the YouTube Premium program, thank you so very much. That revenue does go to every person that you watch on YouTube based on how much you're watching. Like, the total amount of watch hours of people on YouTube Premium gets split between people who got watched in that program, and it is significant by comparison to the ad revenue itself. It is a pretty good margin difference of addition there. So thank you all for who have that, who watch my content. This is formerly, I think, called YouTube Red. It's now called YouTube Premium. It's a subscription to YouTube that you pay every month, and you don't have to watch any ads on the entire platform ever. And the people that you watch do get supported as if you had watched ads. It actually, I think, ends up being a bit more support than if you had watched ads to begin with. So thank you to everyone who watches and who has that service. Thank you also to all of my supporters who have hit that great big blue join button down below the video and become an erudite otaku and has turned that blue button gray, as well as everyone who has been providing recurring support through Patreon at patreon.com/Otaku Showboat, as well as everyone else who has been watching, subscribing, doing all that wonderful, wonderful social stuff down below, hitting the like button, etc., leaving comments. I really do appreciate all that you do, and everyone who has been joining the Discord and all of that and taking part, and just it's been great. It's a little sad that I've had to make a video like this to notify people that there's a problem with Factorio, with one music track in particular right now getting misidentified by Content ID, and I hope that this solution does help people going forward with I know it's not particularly satisfying just saying remove the sound entirely, remove that piece of music entirely. It shouldn't be this way. I know it shouldn't be this way, but unless you have the resources to fight in court over it, you don't have much of a choice. So with that, folks, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please be sure to do all the social stuff down below, as I've said, and I will see you all on the next video.